Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. In my view, right? In my view, this might touch on a controversial subject about firearms, and I know Google like to downplay or push this video down in the algorithm, but in my opinion, all men should be able to learn, own, and use a firearm in their lifetime, right? Don't be scared of a firearm, right? A firearm without a person behind it is just a firearm. It's not going to walk off and do all these things that the media tries to portray, right? Sometimes it's the person that's behind that firearm that's doing all the damages, right? You, as a man, have to be responsible and know how to use a firearm. And know how to use it means you have to own one. Don't be discouraged by it. Don't be discouraged by what the media are saying about firearms, right? You have to learn to use it. It's a survival tool. Like anything else, it's a tool. A tool cannot walk off and do anything without the assistance of the person that's using it, right? That's why I think out there, my view, that you can't consider yourself as a full-fledged man if you don't know how to use a firearm. If you don't know how to use a firearm, you don't know the basic about firearms. If you don't know how to take a firearm apart, right, and understand the responsibility behind owning a firearm, right? Know how to use it properly. Don't be reckless with it, right? Don't put your finger on the trigger unless you intend to use it, right? No, but we have other people out there that's saying that firearm is a link of all violence. Yeah, I say it might be, but it all depend on the persons, right? And you, as a man who don't own one, right? You can have your own opinion, but this is my opinion. You're less of a man. You need to learn to own one. You need to learn not to be afraid of it, right? You need to teach people the basic of it. You need to tell people that this is a tool, right? It's the matter of who using it. That's a problem. And we should blame the people. If any travesty happened between a firearm, it's a person. The person should be prosecuted if he misused it in the wrong intentions, right? But using the right intention is a saving device. It could save your life, right? From bad intention, bad people, right? Is an ultimate equalizer between criminals, between law-abiding citizens and criminals, and that's what they try to conflate that law-abiding citizens are basically criminals. That's what the media are trying to say and all that stuff. Just because you own a firearm, you're a bad person. You're not a bad person. So because you own a firearm is what you do with the firearm, right? If you do it to protect your family, that's a noble act, right? Protect your loved one, that's a noble act, right? I'm not gonna downplay or I'm not gonna bash anyone who's trying to protect their family, right? But I will say, if you use it for the wrong intent, yeah, you deserve every consequence with that. Not the gun, not take everybody's rights away. This is our God-given right to protect ourselves, right to bear arms, right? So you as a man out there, hell, even women out there, but as for men, you need to learn how to use one, own several it, protect it, lock it up, right? Clean it, know how to take it apart, know the anatomy of a pistol, anatomy of a firearm, right? Know how to clean it, know all this stuff. Because if you don't, man, it's gonna come back and hurt you, right? Not only that, a firearm like it's an interesting hobby, man. It's very fun if you're really into firearms. You can go hunting, right? Finding food in a doomsday event. If you have to go out in the wilderness and to find some kind of food, the firearms could save your life. Right? It could protect you from harm by, taking down a bear, a cougar, a mountain lion. Right? If you're outside in the wilderness. Right? And that's what things too, right? If you're a hiker, and you like to go jogging in the wilderness, right? There's nothing wrong having a pistol with you. A firearm. There's nothing wrong. You don't want a mountain lion come out of nowhere and start attacking you? It's either me or the mountain lion. Alright? Either me or the bear. Alright? Sure, these are majestic creatures. We don't want to harm them, but sometimes reality hits. Reality strikes. Sometimes you have to make a wise decision and to determine whether it's your life or its life. Right? And as sure as that's not going to be mine, right? That's why it's optimal for you to carry one, to be carrying a pistol with you in this kind of situation. If you go to a wilderness, right? No, but we have people out there that goes into these the wilderness without being protected, right? And think a bear gonna listen to you, a bear, a lion, and all that stuff, right? So this is another reason why a guy should know how to use a firearm, learn how to use one, own one. All right, because if you don't own one, you'll make yourself a target, make yourself a target to criminals and to wild animals. So don't believe all these stupid hype about the media pushing this propaganda saying firearms is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It has its purposes, its uses, right? And if you want to use a firearm, that's on you, right? I'm questioning your manly status, right? But you have to own one. It's a precautionary thing, right? What if you get mugged, right? What are you gonna do? Be vulnerable? You don't know what the criminal's gonna do to you, right? You can't read the criminal's mind. Right? There's many occasions when the criminals say, I'm not going to shoot you, I'm not going to shoot you, and depending how cynical the criminal is, he shot him. Right? There's a lot of situations where criminals robbing people shoot them point blank behind their head. There's many situations like this. A clerk, right? A criminal shot in cold blood when there's really no need to. All this could be prevented if we equalize the situation by having a firearm. Right? And the only men out there who have a negative opinion about firearms are the beta male simps. Those are the people that's destroying our rights. That's taking our rights away from us. Right? So this is a manly topic need to be talked about. Right? This involves every man. Right? Every man should know about this. Know how to use a firearm. And if you know how to use this, you know, I'm not talking to you, man. If you say, oh, this is like, I'm not talking to people who's advancing. I'm talking to people who have different opinions about firearms, who are scared. All right, you need to have this. If not, you're making yourself victims. All right, there's a lot of thugs out there who don't care. It's either you or them. Right? It's either me or you. I'm advocating being responsible. Being a law-abiding citizen. Knowing the anatomy of a firearm. Don't be reckless with it. Right? Don't point a gun unless you intend to shoot. But no, we have the media, the government, try to disarm people. Right? Thinking the only solution is take people's rights away. This is our God-given rights. If anything goes down, right, within the society, this is the only protection that we have. We can't depend on the cops. The cops can't be us 24/7. Right? The cops are only there after the fact that the crime already happens. Right? So what if the crime is about to happen? You're going to depend on the cops to come like 2 hours later? They can't be with you forever. They can't be with you 24/7. What if you don't have a phone on you? What if you're in the middle of nowhere? They can't be with you. And they expect us to relinquish our Second Amendment? You gotta be kidding me, man. Right? This is why I'm saying the government hates men. Because men are the thing that keep family together, keep society together. Without men, the society will collapse. But as a man, you should already know this. You should already be well aware. If you agree with me, I appreciate you, man. But there are a lot of men out there who's clueless to the fact. Those beta male simps out there who hate firearms. Maybe somewhere in their life, they were misinformed about firearms. They were scared. Right? Men should not be scared. Men should be fearless. Men should be brave. Men should not be a coward. If you're afraid of a firearm, you're a coward. And we have men out there, right, advocating or trying to fight for the government to take our rights away. I'm like, who does that? Right? Like, here, take my rights away from me. I don't want any more freedom. What the hell? That make no sense. And there are guys out there who's doing that. Like, I don't want freedom. Take my rights away from me. You know, when you trade on your... What's that Thomas Jefferson or Ben Franklin said? Those who trade on the freedom for security deserve neither. Right? With freedom, you have the freedom of protecting yourself. Alright? For security comes at a price. Alright? Freedom, you can do anything. You can protect yourself, secure yourself. And when you trade your freedom for security, that means there's restraint on you. You can't protect yourself, you can't use this, you can't use that. You have to wait for them to come to your aid. Right? That's why it's a bad thing to trade off your security for freedom. You're much better off with freedom than it is for exchanging your security. The government can't save you. Alright? But I digress, you know. This video is out there is basically saying that you are less of a man if you don't support the Second Amendment. If you don't understand the basic need for the Second Amendment. If you don't understand that we need our Second Amendment. We need a way to protect ourselves from the government, from outside intruders, from evil entities out there. This is why it's optimal for men to support the Second Amendment. This is why it's optimal for men to own a firearm in his household to protect yourself. You don't want to be a victim. You don't want to be vulnerable. This is why I'm saying out there, right? I could even go as far as saying that you're less of a man if you don't support the Second Amendment. You're less of a man if you don't own a firearm, right? You're less of a man if you don't know how to use a firearm, right? You're equivalent to scums if you don't support the Second Amendment, right? And fine, if you think I'm wrong, go ahead. That's your opinion. But I know, in my opinion, that we need the Second Amendment as much as we need the government. Right? But on that note, guys, let me know if you agree. You think every man should learn how to use a firearm appropriately? Right? On that note, guys, let me know what you think. If you like what I'm saying, right? If you want to support my video, support my channel, please like, share, subscribe. On that note, guys, as always, peace and blessings.